Man has forgotten the language of silence. He chases pleasure but never meets peace. Semen, this sacred life force, is not just a fluid, it is condensed consciousness. When you begin to retain it, you are not doing a challenge. You are entering a sacred journey. The 90-day path of semen retention is not linear. It is spiral. Some days you rise like fire and some days you fall into darkness. But each moment is a teaching. If you can watch it without judgment, this is not a guide to control, it is a map to understanding. Walk with awareness, walk with grace, and let the energy rise from your root to your crown. Here is what truly happens on the 90-day timeline, not from science, but from silence. Days 1 through 7, the inner battle begins. In the beginning there is confusion, a fire burning inside, not of clarity but of craving. Your body feels restless, like a prisoner set free but still chained in the mind. You think you've stopped the act, but the act now lives in thought, in memory, and muscle. It's not a habit you are breaking, it's an identity. You are watching your old self fight to survive, and it fights through urges. Your mind starts whispering softly at first, just one time, you'll feel better after, everyone does it. These are not thoughts, they are ghosts of your conditioning. They haunt you, not to scare but to test your presence. In these first 7 days you begin to feel the tremble in your being, the same way a tree shakes when the storm hits. You're not battling lust, you're battling decades of unconscious programming. You feel tension in the chest, heat in the groin, frustration in the head. But let this discomfort be your meditation. Sit, breathe. Don't fight the wave. Let it crash and you'll find you are still here. This is not weakness, this is the detox. You are sweating out the addiction, not just physically but spiritually. The body wants release, the soul wants freedom. They are not the same. The first few nights might bring erotic dreams. You may wake up with guilt or confusion or even anger. Smile. Even these dreams are releasing you. You are not failing. You are cleansing. Don't resist the craving. Observe it. Like a candle watching the wind, let it rise, let it swirl, but do not follow it. Each time you stay still, you grow roots, and those roots will carry you through the storm. This first week is fire, but remember, gold is only shaped through fire. Days 8-14, the body awakens. As the second week begins, a strange calm enters. The storm hasn't ended, but the sky clears for moments. Your breath is deeper. You sleep more peacefully. Your eyes reflect a light you've never noticed before, not because it wasn't there, but because you were too distracted to see it. You start to feel alive, truly alive. The subtle pleasures, a breeze, a sip of water, sunlight on the skin, become intense. The body is thanking you. Every cell seems to rejoice that the sacred elixir, once wasted in seconds, is now being honored. But be cautious. This is where the ego returns in disguise. It no longer tempts you with loud cravings, but with pride. You've done well. You're stronger now. Maybe just once won't hurt. These are the soft knives. Don't be fooled. Even a tiny drop can flood the mind again with addiction. You may also feel a sensual buildup, not lust, but a primal energy. The groin throbs gently. The spine tingles. This is your energy returning. You are being recharged, not drained. It is sacred tension, and sacred tension must not be released. It must be raised. Begin using this energy now. Walk, write, exercise, speak with intensity, but do not fall asleep again in pleasure. Keep walking. Don't indulge the false sense of completion. This week is a test of grace and growth. Many relapse not out of failure, but out of confidence. Confidence without awareness becomes carelessness. You don't need to prove anything. Just keep watching. Keep honoring the fire as it turns to light. Days 15-30. The mind becomes sharp. The fog lifts. The brain feels like it's been washed. You start to think clearly, not in fragments, but in focus. What once took effort now flows. You read with attention. You listen with presence. You speak with calm authority, not because you are performing, but because you are aligned. Your distractions fall away. Endless scrolling becomes meaningless. Small talk seems empty. You begin craving purpose, not pleasure. You find yourself wanting to build, to create, to express something deeper. You stop chasing dopamine and start planting discipline. Something in your walk changes. You take up space, not arrogantly, but consciously. Your shoulders drop. Your gaze stabilizes. Women notice, men respect, but none of this excites you anymore, it just is. Your mind now becomes your ally, not your enemy. It doesn't pull you down with fantasy. It helps you plan, act, decide. You start seeing long term. You start recognizing what matters and what wastes. But this is also a time when old habits try new costumes. A sudden memory, a subtle fantasy, a curiosity to check something online. All of it is the mind testing your resolve. Smile, recognize it, don't react. Use this period to create structure, set goals, wake early, sleep on time, guard your time like treasure. Because now your seed is not just in your body, it's becoming thought, action and creation. Let it move upward. Let it refine your life. Days 31-45. Emotional healing begins. Now comes the wave that few expect. Emotions begin to rise. Not excitement, not lust, deeper rivers, guilt, shame, anger, even tears. You may remember things you haven't thought of in years, hurts you thought you buried, people you never forgave, parts of yourself you never embraced. This is not weakness, this is healing, this is the energy you've been retaining, now knocking on the heart. Semen is not just sexual, it is spiritual, and now it wants to cleanse you from the inside out. You may feel overwhelmed. You may want to run. You may think, why am I feeling all this? The answer is simple, because now you finally have the strength to feel. Most men relapse here, not because of lust, but because of pain. They mistake discomfort for danger. They numb it with pleasure. But you are not here to escape. You are here to see. Sit with it. Breathe into your chest. Let the sadness move. Cry if you must. Write if it helps. Don't resist. Don't shame yourself. These are not breakdowns. They are breakthroughs. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are your past asking for peace. Let the energy rise through the pain. It will not kill you. It will cleanse you, and when it passes you will feel lighter, not because you suppressed, but because you surrendered. Days 46-60, the rise of willpower. Now comes the power. Quiet, steady, deep. You no longer fight urges, you outgrow them. They come, but you don't tremble. You see them like passing clouds. Your no becomes natural, not forced, not fearful, just clear. You stop wasting time on meaningless things. You stop entertaining people who drain you. You stop putting your energy where it doesn't return. This is sovereignty. Your diet becomes cleaner. Your schedule becomes tighter. You protect your mornings, your evenings, your rituals, not because you are trying to impress, but because you know now your energy is sacred. Semen retention no longer feels like effort. It becomes identity. You begin to live as a man who respects his power. You walk into a room and carry stillness. You don't speak much, but when you do, people listen. This is where you stop trying to inspire. You become inspiration. People ask what changed. Don't explain. Let your life be the proof. Let your results do the talking. Let your silence speak volumes. This is the power of will. Not loud, but unshakable. Day 61-75. Creative explosion. Now your body is not just still, it is singing. The energy has risen beyond the belly and into the chest. You wake up with ideas, not urges. Your hands want to write, paint, build, move. The same force that once pulled you into temptation, now pulls you into creation. This is the transmutation the mystics spoke of. The sexual energy, when not wasted, does not stay idle. It transforms, and in this transformation you discover your voice, your vision, your genius. You begin to realize that all men are artists, but most spill their paint before the brush touches the canvas. You no longer do that. You hold your essence, and that essence becomes color, word, rhythm. There is a fire now, but it does not burn you. It warms everything you touch. You speak and others feel something move. You walk and people turn, not because of beauty, but because of vibration. You radiate. Your body feels younger. Your thoughts are clearer. Even your past seems to change, not because it was different, but because now you see it with wisdom. You are no longer driven by the need to prove or perform. You are driven by the desire to express. This is not just personal evolution, it is service. The world needs men who can create without craving, build without begging, speak without shouting. And now you are becoming that man. You no longer need motivation. You are motivation. Don't wait for perfection. Begin. Don't wait for validation. Move. Don't hoard your gifts. Share them. You are no longer an empty cup. You are an overflowing well. Let the water flow. Day 76-90. The inner king emerges. By this time you have crossed the battlefield, walked through the flames and sat through the storms. Now there is silence. But not empty silence, powerful silence. You walk like a king, not one who rules others, but one who has mastered himself. Your gaze is steady, your voice is calm. You don't rush, you don't chase. People feel your presence, not because you try, but because you are no longer distracted from yourself. Women feel your polarity, men feel your stability, but more than anything, you feel your own wholeness. You respect yourself, not because you have succeeded, but because you have endured. The world looks different now. Temptations feel childish, distractions feel ridiculous, and you no longer see lust as pleasure. You see it as leakage. You've stepped into royalty, not of the crown, but of the spine. This is the point where life begins to respond. Opportunities arise, people call, work flows. But you are no longer excited by the world. You are centered within it. You don't seek results. You attract them. You don't ask for recognition. You become unforgettable. You don't chase love. You become love in form. This is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a new existence. You are reborn, not as a boy avoiding temptation, but as a king, embodying truth. Walk not as someone who conquered lust, but as someone who embraced life. Live not as someone who retained semen, but as someone who awakened the divine through it. This is the return of the sacred masculine. Not loud, not wild, just still, just real. You are not weak. You are unaware. Retention is not punishment. It is power. 90 days can change your life, but only if you walk with awareness. If you're ready to go deeper into this journey, subscribe to NoFap Nation for real truth, clarity, and inner strength. Your energy is sacred. Don't waste it. Transcend it.